the mix.
In the mix.
In the mix.
All right, Gina Jordan, we're here in the Axe Hair Groom Room, and I am here with Katie, the director of the film Black Rock, Kate and Lake, and Gorgeousness Abounds. Now, you guys are all, you're girly girl in that you're feminine. You're all feminine. But the film, the premise of this film claims that it's not your typical chick flick. What does that mean?
It's not. You know, these are just regular girls, and they go out for this girls' weekend, and through a course of unfortunate circumstances, they are forced to sort of find their inner strength and be incredibly tough, and it becomes a battle of survival and a battle of wills, truly, of who wants to live more when things go awry. And instead of, you know, girls that could go, you know, silly girly and scream and cry. I mean, there's screaming and there's crying, but then there's like badass screaming and crying, and that's sort of the direction that we went in.
Okay, so what's the difference between badass screaming and crying and just regular screaming and crying?
I think it has to do with snot. If there's a lot of snot in this movie, just a lot of really unattractive facial expressions. What's nice about it is that Katie created an environment that was very comfortable and very open, and I feel, you know, all of us felt comfortable enough to be completely unattractive and just exist in the space and exist in the moment. And I know that might not sound appealing, that we all look like shit, but I realize I say that? I guess so. But it's very refreshing that it's not like we are ninja fighters, but we're just sort of messy out there.
When you're telling a story that, you know, is plausible, then part of what's important about telling that story is to make it real. You know what I mean? Like all of a sudden, when, you know, we're defending our lives, we don't kind of like pull our hair down and like all of a sudden you see a bunch of lip gloss and we're like throwing some, you know, roundhouse kicks. You know?
It's not like Charlie's Angels, is what you're saying.
No, it's
I love that.
But it also helps, I think, to have naturally beautiful girls in the movie. So even
let's just get
at their very worst, they're still prettier than every average person walking down the street.
Okay, no makeup. All these girls here, no makeup, and they're just gorgeous. And I know that they had no sleep last night because you guys had.
That's true. No, I have makeup on. We have makeup on.
We have help, but no sleep.
But no sleep.
It's really good. That's.
So the film itself is girls.
I'm so thank you. Thanks for honesty. She's so honest.
Did you guys enjoy working together on this film?
I mean, look, we're very close. We had no choice but to sort of fuse together as a core group. I mean, the three of us were stuck in a home, like a little house together, a little cabin, and we are very, very close.
You know, every guy right now is like, how close are you, Lake? Come on.
You know, what stays in Maine stays in Maine. Millbridge. That's where we shot it.
Fantastic. How many days did it take to shoot?
Wait, what is the? It was a month.
Whether that was a 30-day month or a 31-day month, I don't remember. I don't know.
And I'm like, I never.
28, 31, 35. Like I don't know.
It took like, you know, more than a week. More than a week.
Yeah.
How about that?
More than a week, less than like Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, there we go. Somewhere in there.
All right. So the premise of the film is that it's a girls' getaway weekend. You guys are bonding together. You're talking about relationships. Is that part of what?
Initially, you sort of think it's we're working out our past issues with each other, and given the way Katie's past movies and, you know, the Duplass team's past movies are, it is usually about relationships and figuring things out, and it's funny and endearing, and it starts that way, and then a huge wrench gets thrown into the mix, and then the movie changes for an exciting ride, which you just don't expect.
Yeah.
Hence the non-chick flick.
Yeah, it's the anti-chick flick.
So doing this film, I mean, you guys, you've both been in comedies. This is a thriller. How is it different for you taking a role like this?
Well, Katie is comedy too. I mean, obviously Katie's in the movie as well, and we're I think it's really interesting to have girls who all have a feel for comedy in this movie, and you did that purposely. I mean, because I think it's interesting to see girls who have that kind of timing and sensibility in this kind of circumstance. It's at least it's sort of new. That's, you know, usually if it's somebody who always does dramas, then you kind of know what you're going to get.
What relationship issues were there in the film?
There was a falling out between Lake's character and my character about 8 years prior to this trip that they took. And Kate's character, Sarah, was sort of our go-between. You know, she was the third angle in our triumvirate, and she really wanted to get us back together as a group because we had been best friends our whole lives. And I think her character sort of realized that adulthood is really hard to go through if you don't have your infrastructure of friends and family. And she wanted to pull that back together again. And so she asked us to, you know, put our shit aside, which I don't think our characters were willing to do until we really had to.
Interesting. Well, really sounds fascinating. So anything that you brought from real life to these roles, anything that you could compare and bring? Any relationships that you had like that?
I mean, you know, the only thing that I can say we brought from real life is our own sort of
your own shit.
Our own chemistry among us.
I haven't spoken in 8 years.
Yes. So we started. It's a reality. We just had a natural chemistry, all three of us, and I think that is what we brought to the table, and I think that it was very powerful to start from that place because we didn't have to really try that hard to
definitely
feel like we had history.
Got it. Something that we've been talking a lot about at all the films here is our relationships and how a lot of the films obviously start with core relationships. That's why I asked you that question. But in terms of relationships in general, any advice for people watching, just any relationship advice whatsoever, is what we're trying to share with fans in general.
God.
Help me out here.
I don't know, make it work. Just like work at it. Relationships are work and they're hard and they're not easy, and as long as you love the person you're with, like make it work. I don't know what I mean.
Love the one you're with. That was good. Husband wrote the film, right?
So that means you should buy me some hair products. Or maybe we'll just get some.
Or maybe, you know, isn't the baby enough? I mean, isn't that she's pregnant?
Wait, what? Come on. You're pregnant?
No,
Seriously?
No.
Okay. Wait, you do not. How many months? Can we say? 6. Congratulations. She doesn't look pregnant in any shape or form. That's a good sweater, pregnant sweater, right? Oh, now when you shot the film, you were.
No, I was not pregnant.
Okay.
I was pre-pregnant.
Ooh. Is this your first?
Pregnant with the movie.
I was pregnant with this beast of a movie. I had the devil inside me, and deliver that one, and then we'll see if I can create something a little bit more positive with this one.
So this is your second child.
Second child, second movie. So look at that.
So is it one child per movie?
I don't know. I hope not. I hope not.
How is she as a director? I know you said you guys really bonded, but communicative? Is she really? I mean, are you guys able to just say to each other in the middle of a scene that's not working and make it happen? Or
Totally. I mean, Katie and I was every single day. I mean, we talked about this a lot. That you know, she is the star of the film, and you know, is directing every single day, and it's not just, you know, the sort of controlled sort of environment. I mean, it's like you're in very difficult environmental circumstances, dragging yourself along, you know, mud banks, being in a crazy kind of vicious fight, and being able to take yourself outside of that and watch and be able to speak to your actors and give them their time and kind of speak to the crew and understand what you want is a huge undertaking and a really big accomplishment.
Wow, fantastic. They're giving you major props over here.